Boys and girls, NFL Week 7 of the CIRCA $1 Million Contest. Cannot wait, boys. We're coming off a 4-1 week in Week 6. That gives us back-to-back 4-1 weeks in Week 5 and 6. 8-2 over the last 2 weeks. We are 16-13-1 on the season. And so we're heading to Week 7. We want to continue to get this momentum. We're going for, say, 61 points on the season, potentially 60, 59. Might be able to get it done to win the contest, but we're aiming for that 61 mark. So we got to keep having these 4-1 weeks. Honestly, no less than 3-2, and just keep pushing forward and adding up the W. So let's get the episode started. All right, first game on Week 7, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Buffalo Bills. Tennessee is 1-4, and Buffalo is 4-2. They're coming off a win on Monday night versus the Jets. They acquired Amari Cooper the following day. They're a 9.5-point favorite. I think Buffalo should win this. They're the better team. But I'm not making too much of this Amari Cooper edition. And I still think Tennessee does have a really good defense. And I think Tennessee's issue has been turnovers. I think they're going to limit the turnovers. And then I think Josh Allen, he's not had any turnovers, and I think he's turnover bound. So I think 9.5 is too much. Taking Tennessee plus 9.5. All right, number 2, we got Carolina Panthers 1-5 at the Washington Commanders. 4-2. Commanders are a 7.5-point favorite. Panthers are just complete trash. Andy Dalton is definitely not the answer. Their defense is horrible. They're giving up 30-plus points every single game. They can't put up any points. Washington is finally at home, so they've had a lot of road games. They're putting up points. They're an overall good team, and maybe even a sleeper team, leading the division as well. So I like Washington here. I think 7.5. I think they can cover this. And so taking Washington minus 7.5. All right, game 3. Kansas City Chiefs 5-0 at the San Francisco 49ers 3-3. Niners are a 1.5-point favorite. Look, I think the Niners, they've had some bad losses. They blew 2 games completely to the Rams and the Cardinals. 3 losses on the season with a combined 10 points total, those 3 losses. So they're not getting blown out. Chiefs, I think, are squeaking out wins. Their offense is not great. Their defense is okay, and they have a lot of injuries with Rice and Pacheco. I don't know. I'm just not buying the Chiefs. I think the Niners get this game easy, and so I'm going with the Niners minus 1.5. All right, game 4 on the docket. We got the Detroit Lions 4-1 at the Minnesota Vikings 5-0. Divisional game here. Vikings 5-0 undefeated, playing really well with Sam Darnold. They are at home here. Detroit, they're playing well. Obviously, everyone's going to look at that spanking that they gave Dallas when they put up 47 points last week. I think they're a good team, but I just don't know. I think they have a good offense, but I think Minnesota is a more balanced team. I mean, they have a good offense and a good defense. That's if you buy into Darnold, and we're 5 games in, and he's playing well. They're at home, and so 1.5 is basically almost like a PK, and I like Minnesota to win here, so I'm taking Minnesota minus 1.5. 5th game on the docket for Week 7, we got the Los Angeles Chargers 3-2 at the Arizona Cardinals 2-4. Chargers 2.5-point favorites here. They're coming off a win versus Denver, and then we got Cardinals who lost against Green Bay on the road, but they did have 3 turnovers in that game. Chargers, look, they've been winning some games, but they had some bad opponents. Their offense is really bad. Their defense is solid, but I think the Cardinals are at home, and I like the Cardinals actually to win this game. I think they play well enough. If not, they lose at the end, but I like the 2.5, and so I'm taking the Cardinals plus 2.5, boys and girls. Should be a good weekend of football, Week 7. And once again, hopefully we can have another 4-1 or 5-0 week. We need to definitely stay on the positive side, at least 3-2, to continue to march towards 61. So All right, boys and girls, check out our weekly episode that is already dropped. We were 5-1 last week, and so we're going to continue to keep the money train rolling. And so tune in for that. And we got college as well. The weekly college football for week 8 is out. All right, boys and girls, see you next